Death Valley. The desert is an unforgiving place. This one is called Death Valley for a reason. Every living thing here has to fight for survival. And we would have to fight too, or else perish. The year is 2543. Cities around the world have been turned to rubble. Everyone has to fight for supplies. Communities have been formed to help each other, but there are those of us who have been shunned and sent to the desert to live. There are gangs of people here who steal from each other. If you have nothing to take or don't have a skill they deem necessary, you become a victim. Fighting is the only way you can survive this new world. We were dropped off in the middle of the night. The frigid temperatures caused us to lose our breath. We had to find shelter from the night's predators, animal and human. We ran across the desert sand. There were 5 of us. We ran toward a lone building, hoping it was empty. As we drew closer, we saw flashes of light and heard yips and yelps. We were not alone. We knew the flashes of light were human, but the yips and yelps were most likely coyote. We needed to avoid getting caught. We held hands and made our way to the back of the building where the light was hidden. We squatted down. We needed to stay hidden through the night. Footsteps came from behind us. We froze. A light swept across us. The youngest began to cry. She was just 12 years old. We heard what they did to children out here. She was scared, and we were scared for her. We put her in the middle of us. If they were going to kill her, they were going to have to go through all of us. "Hey, you guys okay?" said the man with the flashlight. "Don't worry, I'm not one of them. I will not harm you. My family and I were dropped here 3 days ago. So far, we've not seen the others. I have a girl about your age. Come on inside. It is bad out here." "Thank you," said Jacob. We followed the man inside. His wife and 2 kids were hiding in the corner to the building. They relaxed when they saw we had a child with us as well. They welcomed us to join them at their table. Kenny, the man with the flashlight, told us to join them for dinner. We didn't know what we were about to eat, but we were famished. We sat around the little makeshift table and shared in a meal. They made up a corner for the kids to sleep in together, allowing them to form a bond. The adults took the other 3 corners. As the night drew on, we heard the desert hunters. Howling outside the building woke us all up. We gathered together in the center of the room. The children in the middle of us were crying. The door was kicked open. The howler entered first, signaling his buddies. We were unarmed. They were not. The howler lunged at us with his makeshift machete. Jacob was the first to get hit. His arm was taken off at the shoulder, blood gushing from the exposed muscle. We scattered, hoping to be able to fight them off better. They came at us one by one. The smell of blood drew in the night's deadliest non-human predators. The low growl emitted by the alpha male made us all take pause. We turned to see the pack of coyotes salivating as they stared at the carnage. The pack of 10 pounced on us. Former foes became partners as we attempted to fight them off in the small building. Weapons were handed to those who had none as we went to battle with the beasts. We were able to defeat them with a few human casualties. The youngest and weakest were the first to get slaughtered. Jacob was dragged off by 2 of the coyotes as the war between man and beast began. We all waited until sunrise before leaving the building. If there were more out there, they were going to have to come and get us. As we walked out of the building, we saw the victims of the beastly feast. Some of the bodies only had bits of flesh on them. Our former foes asked us to join them. Seeing how we fought back against the night's deadliest predators, they were impressed with our will to live. We followed them back to their camp. The leader asked what we were doing there. The howler explained the situation. She said they already had enough mouths to feed. He said we would be good hunters. We stayed at the camp for a few weeks until we decided to move on. We didn't like their methods of living. When we formed our camp, we went to war with them. Fuel, food, and shelter became a fight. It was survival of the fittest out here. If we didn't die from the battles, the heat of the night's predators would end our time on this ruined planet.